Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. If you are joining us, please invite your friends. We want to take a walk in Power BI right now. We want to take a walk. We are going to be going up there. We want to take a walk, and if you are there, please join us. It's going to be a powerful walk. We are going to be taking a walk. It's going to be a great ride. If you have your friends, invite them, let them come, let's share a great idea about Power BI. It is a data analysis tool that I think that everyone should begin to learn how to use it at the moment. Just bear with us. It's going to take a little bit while to have some adjustment in terms of we are waiting for more people to join. So right now, when we talk of Power BI, what do we mean? It's a data analysis tool that is used by companies, used by organizations, used by so many people who are organizing or doing businesses across the world. And it's amazing that we are here today to learn Power BI. I'll just walk you through some amazing steps if you are a beginner in Power BI. The first thing I would like to share with you is that don't be scared of tech. Don't be scared of this tool. These are very exciting tools that you can use to really advance your business and your personal career. Right here, when you look at the Power BI space, it was created by Microsoft company, and if you look at the Power BI space, it looks the same like Excel, it looks the same like Word document, it looks the same like Publisher. You know, it has just the same interface. So each time you look at Power BI, think of Excel, think of these other tools. It will give you a reason to use it, and you should also know that these different tools have their different uses. Power BI was made mainly for data visualization, but of course the Power Query is also part of it, that is allowing it to be able to analyze and really clean data at the background before you bring it to the Power BI desktop space here for visualization. And this Power Query is also found in Excel, okay? Those of you who have been really versed with Excel. But today I just want to walk you real quick. When you look at my Power BI here, I want to start with File. If I click on File here, you see this other space opens up, okay? And there is something I want to show you about Power BI. If I come to this option and setting here and I click, once I click, it gives me data source setting and it gives me option here. If I come here and I click, once I click, it's going to open up another space, okay? Why am I bringing this? This is a good practice if you want to enjoy this tool and use it for the purpose of your business. You see, this other tool has just emerged here, okay? Now, this tool is very important. I come here regularly to clean my cache. I can just click here and I clean this cache. It's now 0 byte. This one is 1.29 and I clean this one, okay? Cleaning your cache simply means that there's dirt, online dirt within the system that can cause it to perform slowly or cause it to perform low in a low standard, okay? Now, why I come here, I brought you here because I want to show you that you have the willpower to control Power BI how you want, okay? For instance, if I go to Power Query Editor here and I click, you see it brings me option just for Power Query Editor. It says display query settings pane, display the formula bar, you see. So here you can activate things that you want to see when you are using Power BI, okay? This is very important and this is a good practice. Enable web table references. Now I don't want us to labor to try to understand all these things, but I just want to show you that this is how you can enjoy Power BI by coming at this going by file and setting and putting a lot of things in place before you start using it. That is why I said Power BI basics, just to show you how to use the tool. Here under formula, it says enable intelligence in the formula bar, advanced edit, okay? These are all different options that you can really enjoy. We come again to direct query here. You see it says treat SAP hands as a relational source. Now, why am I bringing this? I want to let you know how vast Power BI is. There are many organizations and many companies and many specialists who are using it. If I come to R scripting, you see, those of you who are using R, you can make Power BI, create relationship between Power BI and R and do a whole lot of things. I come now to Python scripting. You can connect Power BI and Python from these options and do a whole lot. If I come to security here, you see it tells me that basic check, comprehensive check, native database queries, require user approval for new native database queries, okay? This option now will require that there's a approval from those queries before you can proceed. Now, I don't want you to break your head on this, okay? But there's one thing I want to show you here under this security. If you go under security, you have what you call the ArcGIS for Power BI, okay? This is about maps, okay? Once you put this on, you can be able to interact with maps, world maps, okay? And within these world maps, it has been designed to add Cameroon map, Ghana map, American map, UK map, you know, all these maps are there. So if you want to enable use maps in Power BI, maybe create a visualization where a company wants to see which countries they are making profit or losses, or which countries that they are present, okay, or which within a country, they want to see the regions of that country where they are present. You come here and you put this ArcGIS for Power BI on, okay? These are just some of this one is map and field map visuals. You can also put this one on if you want to use maps, okay? Now it says privacy here. It says always combine data according to your privacy level settings for each source. Combine data according to each, you know, these are all just amazing things that you can see in Power BI, okay? There's another thing, I don't want to waste your time by taking you up right down. I just wanted to give you an example. You can find time and also do a lot of research on this, okay? And try to go into the tool, test things, put this on and try and see how it looks. Put this other one on, try and see how it looks. That is how I learned this tool. Though I've had certifications from many places like Great Learning, I still come here and I do a lot of research to learn the tool and master the tool, okay? That's why I can teach it the way I'm teaching it. Here we have preview features. If I click on this preview feature, it's very powerful, you see? Here it says enable certain sensitivity level export PDF. It means that if you want to export PDF out of here after creating a report, you put this on. If you put it off, you'll be unable to export PDF. That is why when you are using the tool, you must learn how to come to this setting. in order to activate a lot of things, okay? Power BI Home in desktop, okay? These are all other amazing things. Now, this on object interaction that I put on here, if you look at the previous Power BI, I just want to end here. This on object interaction is because I put this on, okay? Let me show you something. It's because I actually put that on. That is why I have this, my visuals on this position here, okay? That is why I'm going to be bringing it a certain data that we are going to create at least one kind of visual for you to see that data. You will see how it is interacting on, you see the meaning of on object interaction. That again, it interacts the same like Excel when you are creating data and visuals with Excel, where you can go on a bar chart or pie chart on Excel and you begin to interact with that visual on the visual, okay? I'll show you what that means. But before we go there, I want to show you another thing again, okay? I also want you to learn this practice. Always make sure you come again to File, again, come to About, right down here, you see this small space About, and you click. Once you click here, another page will open. You see, this is the page here. This page tells you if your Power BI is updated. Okay, this Power BI, we are now in November. It shows that it has been updated, okay? And it shows that the Power BI, every new tool that has been introduced, you are also part of it and enjoying it. Take note of this. You go to File and then you go to About. It tells you how if Power BI has been updated. So this is November 2023. So they did the first update in March. Okay, last year I think I make a video on that, and now they have done another update. Now this is why it is important for you to download Power BI using the Microsoft Office Store. Okay, Microsoft Office Store is on your machine, or every machine. I think most of the machine have it. Just go there, go to the search bar, write Power BI, and you just download it. That's all. It's not that complicated like SQL and other platforms where you have to integrate them with so many other small softwares. But this, you just download, it opens up and it has this logo here, and that's it. And you can start using it the way I'm using it. Once you launch it, you can start using it the way I'm using it. The next thing I want to show you on Power BI is that when you come to, we are just finished with File. When you come on this Power BI space here, you will see these three icons here. They are very important. This first one is a report view. This is where we are right now. If you want to start doing your report, your visuals, okay, this is where you are going to start. And this is the space that is going to open up for you. The next thing you see here is a table view. Table view here simply means if I bring in table, which we are going to be doing in a short while, you will see it on this space, okay? And right here, you can add columns, you can reduce columns, etc., etc., okay? And then here now is this model view. The model view here talks about relationship. Now, this concept of relationship is a little bit detailed before you can understand, but it's simple, extremely simple. If you are working with two data, and data A has profit, data B has cost, and let's say the columns are too many, this idea of relationship came because in some data, like in Excel, you have a lot of columns. You can have about 100 columns, and those 100 columns, you cannot work with them on one sheet. You have to share that 100 column maybe into 4, so that you can have them 25, 25, 25. It allows you now to easily go to a particular sheet and identify what you want to identify from that sheet. Let's say you can name one sheet geography area, name another sheet financial area, finance, name another sheet maybe personnel. It means sheet 1 is talking about the geography of the area, maybe the country, the location, etc. Sheet 2 is talking about the finance, what came in as profit, what went out as cost, what came in as quantity bought or sold, etc. And then the last sheet now can talk about personnel. Who is selling in the company, who is buying in the company. Now, these are 3 sheets, okay? But you have to connect these 3 sheets now to be able to analyze, such that if you want to take data from about personnel and then relate, or the geography, and then relate it to the other sheet that is coming from maybe cost, finance, they will be giving you the same relationship and give you the same data without any confusion. But of course, before you do this, each of these tables needs to have one column that is common in all 3 of them, that would now join all of them, so that once you are interacting, it is giving you a smooth figure. For instance, let's say you are a boy and a girl. Okay, now husband and wife, for instance. When your husband holds your hand with the right hand, both of you now are one, okay? If I want to get information from her about you, she can tell me. If I want to get information from you about her, she can tell me. I think this relationship is going to be more, I think it makes a little bit sense. That's what it means. Your husband and your wife. So we bring that common elements together, and then it binds both of you, okay? Yes, both of you have different other elements, but that one that is common is what binds both of you. And then if I want to get the other element that is unique about the wife, I get it from the husband. The other element that is unique about the husband, I get it from the wife. So I think this is a very simple way of explaining this concept of relationship, okay? And after we have done all this, without taking much of your time, we'll go up here now. We are at home. We'll go up here now to our report view. You see that when we click report view, up here changes. It brings you home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help, because this is what will be happening here as we move forward. When we bring you on the table here, you see that it just brings enter data, it brings transform data, it brings new table. You can add new table here. If I click here a little bit, you see that it's working on it. It's working on it, okay? It's working on it. Power BI is working on it because I am around this table view. And one thing I want you to learn about Power BI is that each time you click something, okay, it brings you the elements that are needed for that particular action. We have just went to data table here, and then we have clicked table. Are you getting a new table? Now, it has given us a column, okay? So if I come here now, okay, let's just wait a little bit. I want to show you something. Okay, perfect. We have clicked here. It brought us a table here that we can start expanding. But that is not our call for today, okay? I just wanted to show you around the Power BI space. So if I go back now to my report view here, and then it brings me all this. If I come to home, you see it has get data. Excel here is powerful. They just show us directly that we can get data from Excel. We can get it from this one lag data hub. We can get it from SQL. Those of you, I don't know, SQL is what I also teach. You can enter data from here, from creating new data by typing or pasting in new content. You know, you can also, if we come here and just test it, click this enter data here. You know, these are some of the things you have to be testing. Right now we are testing. I'm assuming that I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm assuming that I'm also new like you. Okay, so we are testing things. We have just clicked that table and see what happens here now. If I click on this small plus here, it adds another table. If I click on this small plus here, it adds another column, sorry. If I click on this one, it adds a row. If I click on this one, it adds more column. And I can double click up here, you see, and I can say boys. Okay, I can also double click up here and I say girls. Those of you who work with organization, I can double click on it and I say IDPs. Okay, and under here, under the boys, I can put 20 boys, okay? I can put 30 boys, girls, sorry. And then IDP, I can put 20, okay? So I can decide to increase this table as far as I want to increase it, okay? We're not really into this, but I just want to show you some of these basics so you know how Power BI works. You see now. So we can increase this table and we can reduce it, okay? But many times we are just bringing in data from Excel, from those other places. But you can just do this and load it. And then I can come down here now, I click edit. You see now, once I click edit now, it's taking me to Power Query. Okay, because that is where we do a lot of data cleaning. Same as we do it in Excel. You see, we have now brought it to Power Query. Here, this same Power Query, you can find it in Excel. You can find it in Excel, okay? So it's the same formula that was taken from Excel and then brought here, but in a different amazing style. You see, so we have brought our table here. We said IDP, we gave the number, we said girls, we gave the number, and boys, we gave the number, okay? Now, this is another view of Power Query. It says transform data, add column, it's a view, it's a tools, etc. Okay, so we are going to enjoy this very much when we bring in data. There's a data I want to bring in, okay? But here again, I want to show you something. If I come to this logo of Power BI down here, you see now, if you see down here, you have two other areas. This is our previous Power BI desktop where we talked about the modeling view, the report view, and then the table view, okay? That is it. But once we went there, we now went to enter table. Enter data. It brought a small table that we extended the column and the row, okay? And once we click on edit now, it automatically launch in this other space that you call Power Query, okay? So we can still go back to the other table. But if I come here now, see the tactics of Power BI. I don't want to in a very difficult route, no. But now if I want to bring this data now in my Power BI desktop now, see what I'm going to do. I can just come up here, go to home, and I go to close and apply here. And I click. I say close and apply. So once I click close and apply, it's going to bring me now to this particular space that you see here. But the data is going to appear by the right, okay? It's going to appear by the right corner of my Power BI desktop. And it's just so amazing. I'm just doing this so we can be flexible. Power BI takes time sometimes to give you this result. That's why it's taking time right now. So that data, I've just clicked close and apply. So it's applying what I have, the command that I've given to it, okay? So this is very powerful. So it's applying it gradually.
If you have your friends, invite them, let them come, let's share a great idea about Power BI. It is a data analysis tool that I think that everyone should begin to learn how to use it at the moment. Bear with us. It's going to take a little bit while to have some adjustment in terms of
So you see that now our data has been loaded after we click close and apply. So if I come to my logo down here, my Power BI logo, now I have just one. I have just one Power BI desktop space. Power BI has closed, Power BI query has closed, and then launch my data here. So this is the small table we created. So it appears now by this side of my data, you see? So this is the table we created. We put the heading as boys, we put another heading as girls, and then IDPs. So now, if I come here and I want to create a visual, for instance, and let's say I come here and I choose maybe a pie chart of this caliber, okay, it appears here, you see? And when it appears here, you see now, because remember previously we had to choose the on-object interaction when we went to File, went to Setting, and then we went to Visual Features, and then we chose this, okay? So it is on-object interaction because once you open up your visual, it is on-object. Okay, on the other Power BI option, if I put that off, this visual is going to be found here and it's not going to operate like this. Okay, I think I've done other videos on this. So right now I want to choose boys. If I choose boys and then I choose girls, okay, perfect. You see that it gives me two options here, you see? It says some of boys, some of girls, okay? And this is very powerful for you to know. Now I can put, I can come here now and I put this same option in label, in legend here, let's see. So I have to delete that because automatically it gives my legend here as some of boys and some of girls, okay? I don't want to go right detailing into that, but I just want to show you how interactive Power BI is and how creative the tool itself can behave, okay? Now right here, if I come here now and then I right click, it says remove this visual, show as a table. So if I click, sorry, let me first wait. We can remove descending. Sorting simply means arranging, okay? Putting things in order, putting number one, putting number two, okay? And we can sort ascending and descending. So ascending order is starting from 1 and descending order is starting from 10. 10, 9, 8, etc. Okay? And then ascending is starting from 1, 2, right up to 10. That's just what it means, okay? Arrange the data in that flow. Okay, you can choose descending or ascending order, okay? Now, sorting here simply means you want to remove a particular part of the data and then choose another part of the data. Maybe you want to sort amongst many boys and girls. You just want to sort out girls, okay? You are going to go there and then sort girls, okay? Now, it is some by boys. That is the sorting that is there right now. I don't want to go really detailing on this. I just want to show us something. If you come here to you say show as table, you click, okay? This data is going to show as a table here. You see, this is our table, okay? It shows us as a table here. It shows us some of boys, some of girls here as a table, and then the same time it shows us the visual here. You see now, this is powerful. Now, if I come on this visual here and I click, okay, it says format. Take note of this. Let me go again. If you come here and you right click, it says format. Once you click format, you see everything that concerns this visual here will now appear here because you have indicated that you want to format this visual. Take note of this, okay? Now I can go back to my report. I want to cancel this table here, so I want to show you how I do it. So I want to cancel this table here. Sorry, let me expand this a little bit. Good. I want to show you how I want to cancel this table here. So I'm going to come here and just say go back to report, and I click. Okay, it comes back to this report, but it remains as I have given an order. I've said I want to format. Okay, so now to format this is simple. You have the title on, the legend are on, the slicers, the detail labels, and then you have the rotation. Okay, now if I come under here and I click, it opens up. Are you seeing now? Okay. Then now it opens up another option here that says values. If I come under this value and I click, it opens up another option. You have to be sensitive and very careful when you work with Power BI. It's a very easy tool to use, I'll show you. Now see what I want to do. Value simply means all these values that are here. So if I want to expand these values now, I just come here and I add. It's at 9. You see, I'm making it bigger. If I want to add bold, you see, I'm bolding it now. That's it, I've just bolded. If I want to come and I say, okay, I want to make it like italic, I'll make it italic. If I want to draw lines, I can just draw lines. If I come here and I say I want to change the color of it, you see this option of color will just open up. I can put it, make it this other color. I can make it this other color, please. You see? So it will change to this other color in a while. I don't know, it keeps insisting to be on that color. Let me check the other color. I think it should be network at some point. Yeah, it should be network at some point on my part, okay? But that is how you can change your color on that part, okay? Now it says detail labels on. If I click this on, off, sorry, you see my labels have gone off. If I put it on, they will come on, okay? If I go to my slicers here and then I change the color of the slicer and I decide to put it this way, some of boys has changed here, okay? And you girls, women, you know how to deal with colors a lot. I think this can really be good to you. You know how to match colors very well. So Power BI also goes with learning how to match colors, okay? Then now it talks about legend. So if I come here and then I put my legends off, you see that there's no legend. If I put it on, you see that I have my legends on here, okay? Now it talks about title here. If I off this title, you see that the legend title is off. If I put the legend title on, it comes on, okay? Add legend title here. So if I put it off, I can put it off. Now this again is a way of cleaning your data. After you have done your visualization, it's a way of also cleaning your data. If I come again here, under my legend here, I break it off, you see it closes. If I put it again on, you see that it has the legend, and then it has the text of the legend, and it has the legend title. If I come and check the text and see what's there, I can also make it big. You see, I'm making the text of my legend very big. And then I can also put some bold, I can also draw some lines, and then I can also change some colors from there, okay? This is very powerful. I just want to show you some tips. You see, I've changed the color there, okay? I can still make it, you see? So this is how you have to learn how to manipulate your Power BI. It's a very easy tool. The thing is, it is a detailed tool. It has every single thing that you need. Now, if I come up here also, remember we have gone to data details, we have gone to the slicers, we have gone to the legend, we have not gone to rotation yet. Now we want to go to the title. If I click on the title here and then I can change this title here, it is sum of boys and sum of girls. I can just put sum of boys, I can just put boys and girls, okay? So see where I'm correcting it. So I'm correcting it from here and it shows that girls is wrong. So I can correct it now from here. Okay, and I've put it now in caps, okay? And I can also come here and I make it bigger here. You see now, I'm making that title bigger. I can also bold it from here, you see? I can also draw a line under there, and I can also put a nice color on that, okay? So this is just Power BI. It's very, very easy. Remember, we went create a small table, and now we are analyzing that table. We are making a beautiful visual to show what that table is all about. Okay, we can come to title and we break this down. Okay, after title now we can go now to rotation. I want to rotate this data. See what I'm doing here now. You see, I'm rotating it. You see, I'm rotating it. You see, I'm rotating it. Many times when I do analysis, there's a way I want my data to position. Okay, so we can do rotation from here. You see, that's it. We can also come here to make your life easy. You see, we can do it from here. We can do it from here. Okay, and then also I can put this down and I come back here again and I come to size and style. Wow, this is the size and these are styles. So this is the background. So I can off the background. I can put it on. And then I can come now on my background again and I put it down, and then I change the background to be this color. You see, I've changed the background. Okay, remember we are now on pie chart. This thing we are doing here can go for every other data, every other visual. Okay, now I can just break this down, and then now I can go back to, let's go back under background and see what we have there. Under background you have shadow. I can put shadow on. You see, there's something that just appeared at the corner of the visual here. That's shadow. I can go down now and I break this down and I say I want my shadow to be inside. You see, it has come inside. I say I want it to be outside. You see, it has come outside. And I say positioning, bottom right. I can say I want it to be top left. You see, it is top left. It has gone up here, right up top left. Okay, so this is how you can do a whole lot. Okay, and you can really be detailed and make your visual so beautiful. Now in terms of height, I can come here and just start increasing the size, and some width I can do a lot from here. Padding now I can also do a whole lot from here. Okay, so I don't want to stress you a lot with this. I just wanted to give you some of these tips. We are under the visuals now. We can go under properties here. You see properties, it gives us tooltip. Now tooltip simply means that when I'm moving my mouse on here, something is coming on. You see, there's a wide option that says 20 open brackets 40%. You see, that's tooltip. If I come here and I put it off here, that will not happen anymore. Sorry, let me see my tooltips. My tooltips means normally it's not. Normally it's not supposed to come out there. Okay, I think I have to check that again out. Okay, you have these colors also. Header icons. These are the header icons here. We'll be talking about this in other videos. I just want to focus today on these visuals here. Okay, so this is very, very important for us to note. And also, if I go back to my data generally here, and then okay, if I come to table again, as we said, you will find our table there. It's still there, quietly there. And if I come here and I say that I want to do a new column and I click, you see that it's working on it. So we can add a new column from here. You see I've added a new column here. There's an error because in that column there's nothing inside. So I can create a measure here. On this column I can change the name and create a measure and it appears here. That is another topic for another day. Today I just want to guide those who are into Power BI for their first time. I don't want to confuse you a lot with a lot of things. I don't want to make this overwhelming for you. I just want to show you some basics, okay? Those of you who are coming to this tool for the first time. But we are going to be having sessions where we are going to talk about measures. Measures simply means DAX, data analysis expression, where you are creating in different codes in order to easily generate results. So right here now we can also go to insert. So insert here simply means you want to insert data. Okay, so under insert here you have a links. Let's go back to home here. When you come to home here, you have get data here. Okay, get data. I can come here. Let me show you something real quick. Now we have this data, Tableau 1. I'll just bring the data on Tableau 1. It's a data in Excel. It's on my machine. And this data is a very, very good data for such an analysis because it's going to help us to do a lot of things. Okay. Right here you have this data. I'll just make it big. You see, category, subcategory, sales, count, and then profits. We are looking at a company where it has different categories and it has different subcategories. It has sales, quantity, and profit. Okay, we want to bring this data inside our Power BI. So the only thing we have to do here is simple. Go to your Power BI here. I want us to cancel this visual, okay? Just go there, click remove. The visual is out, but the data still remains, okay? The data is still here. When we click here, you find our data here. So I want to go to get data. Now, these are different options where you can bring in data. Those of you who have been working a lot with data from Excel, which is what we are going to do now, Power BI data sets, you have Power BI data sets that you can bring data. You have data flows, you have dataverse, you have SQL servers, you have analysis services, you have text or web, import data from the web. If I want to talk about maybe a data that is online, I can go there and copy the link and come and put it here. Power BI is going to extract that and then I start doing analysis, okay? Let's say I want to just know about I want to know about the Cameroon demographic data, how many people are in Cameroon, how many are male, how many are female. I can go online if they have that on their website, and I bring it in here, and I first check if the data is usable in that standard, okay? Because data is very sacred. Data is thing that you don't just use. I first check their policies and ensure that it is usable in this standard, and then I bring the link here and I start using it from here, because you don't just use data. If I come here and I click more, okay? I think I've done a lot of videos where I'm showing you how to connect Power BI with other tools, okay? So right here, we can connect it with JSON file. Those of you who know the JSON file. We can connect it with XML file as well, with text CSV file. We can also bring in PDF in here and start analyzing. We can also bring in files from folders, okay? Many times you want to create relationship with tables. Maybe all the different tables are in one folder. You can bring data from there. So these are the different options that you can bring data. Blank questions here. But again, I want to search Google Sheet here, okay? Yes, I want to search Google Sheet. You see Google Sheet. You can bring data from Google Sheet, Google BigQuery, Azure AD Beta. You can bring data from Google Analytics. Okay, those of you who have been doing Google Analytics, this is a very good tool. I think OnPassive also has an amazing one called O-Tracker. These are the same and amazing tools that you can use for data analysis. Okay, and after looking, I wanted to see if Google Sheet is common. I'm showing you something that is common and real. These other ones are overwhelming. They are going to confuse you instead, because this video is for those who are beginners. We also have something here. I think we can do Excel, text file, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, and then we can also do Google Sheet, and then we can also do online. Let me see, web. This option now is very important. Here now we can bring in data from Kobo Toolbox and other amazing platform and put in here and start analyzing, okay? But for now, I just want to show you how to get data and then we go. If I click get data here, okay, and then I come to Excel and I click, because my file is in Excel, okay? And remember, I showed you this tableau on my desktop, and then I click OK. I click open, and then it opens up here. So I give it some time to open up. Remember, now that I've brought in that data, it's going to open up and take me right up to, the Power Query, okay? So this is my table, and this is the table that I just bring in. I'll just click there to review it from here. This is one of the amazing things with Power BI. I'm going to review it from here. You see now. So I'm reviewing it from here to see what it looks like, to understand what it looks like. So from here, I can begin to take decisions. I can begin to decide if I want to clean it or if I don't want to clean it, or I begin to already presume that, oh, this data, this is how it is, this is what is happening, this is not what is happening. So this is very important for me. You see, I can already see my data here. So now, if you look at my Power BI down here, it's still one page. We are still on the data, the desktop space of our Power BI, okay? So right now, if I look at this data and I think that I don't like this data, I want to fix it. I want to transform it. Maybe some columns are not right, some rows are not right, something is missing. I'll just come to transform down here, transform data, and I click. Okay, this video is for basic learners. I just wanted you to get some of these basics to know how to navigate within your Power BI space, okay? So right now that I'm there, it's just amazing. It opens up in the Power Query. Remember previously, we ourselves created a table within Power BI, and when we click edit, it took us to Power Query, okay? Now we have brought in data, we have still clicked transform, it has still brought us to Power Query, okay? And here we are in Power Query here. now we have the desktop, Power BI desktop, and the Power Query here. Okay, so we have two things here, just as we had previously. But one thing I want you to know here is that I want you to already know that we are in the Power Query, and each time you come to the Power Query, it gives you options of all your tables. If we click on the other table that we had here, remember this is a table we created, right? We created inside our Power BI, okay? This is a table we created, and this is another table here that we just brought in, okay? So we can still analyze and clean both tables. Remember that here we have boys, we have girls, we have IDPs, but these two columns are empty. What do we do with it? Okay, if we come up here, we are now on home. If we come up here and we say remove columns, we click on remove columns. Okay, so we'll choose the column that we want to remove and we click on remove column and we come and say remove column. You see that we have removed that column. Are you getting now? But again, we have removed boys. It's supposed to be there. It means that's an error, right? We have to bring it back, okay? So to bring it back is easy. Come here. Each time you do an operation around here, okay, it indicates here. So to go back, we'll just delete the previous operation like this. Once we delete, it brings back that column of boys, okay? Now, if I come here and I select this column, and I say remove column, it removes that particular column. You see that it says column 1, it's already removed. Okay, if I press Ctrl C here, my control button here, and I select this column, select this column, select this column, and I unselect this column. Okay, I've selected 1, 2, 3, they are still being selected, and I come to remove column, and I say remove other columns, and I click. You see that it removes the other column and left these ones that I have selected. Okay, this is the technique when you are in the Power Query. This is just to teach you how to add columns, remove columns. When we come here again and then we delete this, it takes us back to the previous position where we were. Okay, this is very important. If I come here again while I'm dealing with my Power BI and it says choose columns, okay, and I come and click choose column, it's gonna open up all the columns. Let's say while you were dealing with Power BI here, I love this option. This is one of the best options I love in Power Query. Many times when you deal with data, right, you are going to have 20, 30, 40 columns. Okay, I analyze huge data set. I'm not saying this to boast actually, but by the grace of God, I analyze huge data sets sometimes. The columns are too many, okay, and among these columns, you cannot select by just rolling this down. For instance, let's go to the next table. Let me show you what I mean. Let's first off this first. Let's go to the next table. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, see these columns here. If I just assume that we had about 20 of them and I need to select a particular column from here to work with. Okay, let's say I needed just category and sales. And then category and sales are right somewhere that I have to scroll and take my time and maybe disturb my eyes, etc. What I'll do is simple. I'll just come to choose columns and I select, and all those columns will appear here. If there are many of them, they'll appear here. Then I'll simply come now and unselect all of them and I choose my category and sales and then I click OK. You see, that way now I've just brought two columns. I can now take this now in my desktop, Power BI desktop, and then I start analyzing, go to the report view and I start analyzing it. Okay? And as we said, if I go, it's going to go off. That's it. Okay? And also, one thing I also want you to know when you work with Power BI that is so powerful is that if I come here now with this column here, you must know that here we are dealing with text. So the data type has to be ABC because we are dealing with text. If I come here we are dealing with money, so it means it's sales. When you are dealing with money, you can have 1.2 francs, 3,000 points, you know, those points can go with sales, money. But they cannot go with quantity. You cannot say 1.2 chairs. You cannot say 1.2 phones. You cannot say 1.2 something that is countable, quantity, okay? That is why if you look at the sales here, it's telling you how many sales they have made and how much they sold those sales, and then tells you the profit as well. Profit also can be in points, okay? It can be 10,000 points, $5 points, okay? So I want you to note this. So how do we get to adjust our data type? If I right click in any column here, I come to change type, data type. I come here, you see that this one is clicked. It means that if I come and choose whole number here, it's going to show error on this table. You see, replace current. I say yes, replace. it's going to show error on this cell. You see now it says 1, 2, 3 sales. It's going to show error. You see all the points have already gone out, which is not good for our data. Okay, we first had some points, so now it has transformed it now to whole numbers, which is wrong. Are you getting that? If I start doing analysis now, my company is going to sue me, or they are going to sack me because I am not following the simple principles. Because this concerns money. They need to know all the points, how it's going, how much is there, okay? So if to bring that back, I can just come here and I click and it goes back to the original position, okay? Good, something has come again. I'm so happy with this. Now again, it takes us to another error. This is sales. I need to see 1 point. Okay, the error has now shared to all of them, okay? So I need to see 1 point. So what I'll do with my sales, but now I'm seeing ABC and 1, 2, 3. It means it's telling me that on the same column, I have data type text and data type figures, okay? Because 1, 2, 3 stands for data type figures, which is quantity here. And ABC stands for data type text, which is ABC. And these names of our subcategory. So to correct this is simple. I just right click, come to change type. Since I know that this data type is sales, I come now to decimal number and I click. You see, it takes me back to decimal numbers, 1.2. Since this one is quantity, I right click. I come back to change data type and I say whole number and I click. You see, it just begins to fix itself. Since this one is also profit, money, I right click, come to my data type and I choose decimal number and I click. It brings me back there, simple. Okay, since this one is subcategory, I right click and I go to data type, I change and I come right to text. Okay, it gives my ABC. Are you getting now? I come here again, I right click and then I go back to data type here and then I say, okay, it's text. Okay, now when you look at this data type here, you have different options. If I come here, you see that we have different options. We have date and time, date, time, duration, etc. It's true, false, you know, depending on the data percentages, depending on the kind of data that you're analyzing. This is extremely important. Why? If I come under here, that is text, and I put 1, 2, 3, and I send this to my data, to my Power BI desktop to start analyzing, the data is not going to move. They are going to be bridges, okay? Yes, the developers of this tool knew what they did. And you see that every action I'm taking here, you see some codes behind here. These are codes. It means that if I had written this code, this would just happen. That is why Power BI deals with DAX, data analysis and expression, where you have those who are good coders. So they can code this and it appears. But you who is not a coder, who cannot code, okay, developers knew that there are people who are not tech survey, people who do not have computer background or computer science background. So they gave an option where you can manipulate the way I manipulated. That is why I said Power BI for basics. And especially in our brothers in Africa, Cameroon, etc., Ghana, Nigeria, I understand that you people, many of us don't have background in tech. So I don't want to come here with too many quotes and start quoting and quoting. It's going to bring us more confusion, okay, and make it more difficult. If you look behind here, you see that there's a lot of code behind here, okay, that has formed this table. This is the code that is holding this table. So I really want to thank developers. They did it purposefully because they want the tool to be used by everybody, okay? We are almost finishing. We have about 5 minutes to go. There's a whole lot to talk about it too, okay? But again, let me just teach you a last stuff. If I come to transform, we are now at home. If I come to transform here, there's a whole lot I can do here in transform. I can come here and I count my rows. I select this column and I count. No, sorry, I don't want to do that at the moment. I want to go to add column here. No, sorry, I want to check something. Okay, reverse rows, okay? Detect data type, okay? Column, replace values, convert to list, okay? Now, see what I'm doing here. It's simple, right? There is a common error. I'll just teach you this last technique and we go. There's a common error when you bring in your data. If you look at this data right now, it has headers here, category, subcategory, data type, which is sales, and 1.2, which is sales. You have quantity and you have profit. Sometimes when you bring in your data, these sales will be appearing under a normal column and here will be blank, okay? Let me show you. If I come here and I say use first row, it says use first row as header, use headers as first row. So I want to use headers as first row and I click. You see what is happening now? My sales here that was supposed to be on this header is now on the row instead, and the headers are empty. Many times when you bring your data and you find this, please don't panic. Just come up here, go to transform data, you go under here and you say, you click this use first row as, you just say use first row as header, and you click again. It will automatically change. You see, it comes back to normal. Okay, this is the last technique I wanted to show you when you're working with Power BI. Developers knew that they'll be having those hitches, so they were able now to bring this option for us to adjust each time we have that. Okay, now transpose again is another amazing option. If I come and click transpose here, you see, transpose simply means all this technology and these headers that were up here have now transformed to the other side. Okay, I've just turned my table upside down, let me put it that way. Okay, and to correct this, I just need to come back here and I click the option here. Remember that every changes we make here, it appears here. So you can easily delete from here any changes that you don't want to see. Maybe it does not adhere, or maybe it does not add value to your data. Maybe you realize that it's not adding value to your data. Okay, so thank you all very much. This is all we had for you today, and I hope that this really helped you. Please do follow us, subscribe. We are going to be doing a lot. If you're around Cameroon, if you're around Ghana, around Nigeria, we are giving out our flashes. They are close to $150 US for a flash, or $100 for a flash, but we are having a discount now for $50 for a flash. Okay, if you have time, you meet us. We have more than 73 videos that are loaded. You have Excel, you have Power BI, you have Kobo Toolbox, you have Google Sheet, you have Tableau. You have so many amazing tools that you need for your work environment and also for your